Hey guys, and welcome to Instagram Marketing Secrets. So, if you're here, are you in the right place? Well, if you run either a tour company or a resort, some kind of destination, and you want to know how to drive bookings to that, and ideally you want to do it without any marketing budget, then guess what? You're in the right place because we're going to walk you through step by step exactly what we've done on our end to do that with our own account. And then I want to make sure that we're giving you every little bit of information along the way to make sure that you can replicate that for yourself. So to give you guys a quick idea of what I'm actually talking about, let me just go into my Instagram account and I've got a post pulled up here. This is the last post that we actually did. And what I want to share with you is just in one post, how we've gotten significant reach. You can see we've had over 12,000 people actually see this post. And what's really cool, and this is what I want you guys to do in your own posts or get some grasp on, is those profile visits. So if I actually show you the profile visits, 169 profile visits, what that means is individuals that have actually gone and they want to find out more about what we're all about. And from those 169, from that one post, we actually drive a number of those people into bookings. And I'm going to share with you how specifically we do that to get the highest conversion rate possible. We're doing it in a way that I haven't seen anybody else do it. So you might think, oh, this should be fairly obvious. We're doing things in unobvious ways in order to increase those conversions. So if you stick with us, I'm going to be showing you how that actually looks. As far as what we're covering for the rest of this course, let's go through kind of what these next modules are about. So the first one is why bother learning social media, and we've kind of addressed that to some degree in this first video. The next is we want to share with you what is that big secret that leads to mass bookings. And it's a secret that I haven't seen anybody else actually employing in tourism. We're the only ones that I see that are doing it. So I'm going to say the first ones on the bandwagon here, especially if you're watching this course, you're in the top tier. You're probably in the 1% or less that actually understand what needs to be done in order to leverage social media into significant bookings. Number three, I want to show you guys how to give people what they want. One thing that we're going to be doing here is we're going to be showing you kind of in the same way that online dating works. We want to be showing you how to optimize your profile, because if let's say you're going into the online dating world, if you don't have an attractive profile, you're not going to get dates. And the same thing applies to your accounts on social media. If you don't have attractive accounts on social media, then guess what? You're not getting dates. You're literally not getting dates booked. So what I want to show you is how do we make that account attractive first, because there's no point in moving forward if that's not the case. After that, then I'm going to be sharing with you guys how do we actually come up with interesting ideas when it comes to creating content, and how do we get content that is engaging and drives people back to our accounts and then ultimately drives bookings. And what's really interesting in this process is that there is a system to it. So as much as there's creativity, there's a scientific system for how do we establish what directs those creative ideas so that they work every time. And so we're going to walk you through what that process looks like. Number five, we're going to show you how to get it done for free and how to pass it off to someone else, because that's often a big point for a lot of especially resort managers. Is okay, how do I still make sure that this is effective? How do we make sure that there's bookings coming in? But then how do I pass this off to someone else? And ideally, how do we do it in a way where what we're passing off is either free, it doesn't cost us anything, or extremely low cost, because we don't have a massive budget to hire an entire team. If you do have a team, that's great. You can leverage the hell out of this. But if you don't have a team, I'll show you how do we actually create, in a sense, a micro team in order to get this all done, but not blow the budget. Number six is just going a little bit deeper into what are some of the tools that we can be using, and also how does Instagram work from an algorithm standpoint? What do you need to do in order to get posts to get more attention, have high engagement, and go viral? And that high engagement is what you need in order to transform those posts, that engagement, into bookings. And so that's what we're going to cover in number seven. Very specifically, what's that process of going from someone that's interested to someone that's actually booked in with you? And so we're going to show you step by step what that looks like. Number eight, this is an interesting question that comes up, and it seems pretty specific to tourism, but how do we promote people online while telling them to get offline? Because that's often what we're doing in the experience business, is we're asking people to disconnect to actually go on a bit of a digital detox, and yet we're using digital tools to draw them in. So how do we approach this topic from basically a moral and value standpoint where it makes sense to us, but it makes sense to our guests as well? And then the last thing that I've got for you is a bonus. So there's actually going to be a bonus addition to this where I'm going to go into some high level marketing concepts where I'm going to be showing you, if there comes a point where we've got a marketing budget to play with, what is that point? So sharing with you at what point does it make sense to start looking at having a budget, and then how do we utilize it? What are the tools that are available to us in that capacity? All right, so that's what we're going to be covering, and we're going to start getting into it in the next video. I'll see you guys over there.